Amazing. So, thank you so much, and welcome to today's session. Let me the screen right away. Okay, amazing. So, can you confirm if you can see the screen? Johannes, maybe Bogale or Mlad. If you can see the screen, please confirm. Then we go on. Okay, amazing. Thank you. So, today we are going to talk about leadership into our careers challenge introduction. This is week 7 at training. So, leadership is a very huge session, but I will try to take just some few moments on some slides, on some pages, just for us to keep time. So think about the best leader you've ever worked with, and what are some of the qualities you admire in any administration, in any organization, maybe in classes, in schools, anywhere you have worked. Just think of one best leader you have ever worked with, and what are some of their qualities you admire. Maybe you remember their time management, maybe you remember their leadership sessions, maybe you remember their passionate, anything you admire about them. That's you can answer to yourself. Then everyone has the capacity to be a leader. It's not like people say leaders are born, not made, but everyone, either you're from south, whether you're from north, either maybe you're short, either you're long, anyone have the capacity to be a leader. It depends where, and it depends which. So being a leader means you are not in charge, but you're responsible for everyone you charge. So when things go right, you give away all credits, and when things go wrong, you take responsibility. You are the concerned about the human beings and not just their output. And being able to create an environment where your followers feel safe enough to say, I need help, I made a mistake, or can we do this? Just give a room for people to give a room or to give feedback effectively, even easy for them. That's what is leaders. That's what being a leader means, or that's what leadership means. So I will try to go further as fast. So leadership, we have self-leadership, and here this writer called D. Hawk said once, one invest at least 40% of your time in leading yourself first. You cannot be a good leader without self-leadership or self-awareness. Self-leadership goes hand in hand with self-awareness. Self-awareness is a counter trait check. What worst leader you ever had? Or what did they do to be the worst leader for you? Only according to how you see or how you judge. From a scale of 5, how much do you possess? What plans can you implement to improve? This will help you to be self-aware or awareness. Also have self-reflection. This is 5 minutes a day for self-reflection. If you want to reflect about yourself, like we would. So think about the challenge you have about to have every day. You can take like 2 to 5 minutes to reflect on this. In any time that you have, any moment in your time, think about this, and then how would a good leader handle those challenges? You have taken this your time to think about the challenge you have, or about having during a day, or any challenge you think of, think how would a good leader handles challenge. Remember, we talked about a good leader. Being a leader means you are not in charge, but you are responsible for everyone in your charge. When things go right, you give credit, all the credits, and everything. So, how would a good leader handle those challenges that you have thought about in your self reflection for you to be self aware? We also have self regulation, which is also reframing. So, here, how you react to situation, just watch how you react to situations. Maybe there's this challenge that came upon a day. How do you react to that kind of situation? Ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this right now? Leadership problem. About leadership problem here, according to Alan Samdan, leadership problem equals to too little time times people times power into him. But let's also look into some tips on managing people as a leader. If you want to be a leader, or if you are a leader, how do you manage people? Managing people as a leader. Uh, Point number one is reflective listening. Of course, listening to people. Assert yourself. Manage different level of skills. Encourage people to share their ideas. Fuel people's strength for motivation. Navigate delivery in your team. Inner confidence. Leadership style, we have different leadership style. I think we're going to see more of the content in the challenge document. This is just a highlight and some of the challenge for you to understand what exercise do you have to do for the Kairos challenge. So leadership style, you have autocratic leadership, have democratic leadership. This is not actually a new quality to you, I guess. So we have also bureaucratic leadership, we have charismatic leadership. And why do you inspire? How do you inspire action and motivation? Either we have some points here, but we have this round, we call it um, forgetting the name, we call it, but there's why and what. And when it comes to how do you inspire actions or motivate, of the points, five main points: common values and beliefs, loyalty, trust, empathy, and the sense of belonging. So as we finish our tutorial, is I wanted also to give this exercise I took from this book called "Developing the Leader Within You" by John Maxwell. He once said, "Leadership is not about titles or positions or charts, as we see in four charts, leadership four charts. It's about one life influencing another. You need influence and influence." So I didn't want to have more of but he defines leadership into five levels of leadership. When there's position that goes with rights, if you have a position, yes, you just get leadership through a position. Maybe you are an intern somewhere, and then they promoted you to this position where you have rights. This you have right to have decisions, right to do different things. And here people, because they have to, all people be leading, they will have to follow because they are to. That's one number one level of leadership. There's also permission. He defined this permission as relationship. Here people follow because they want to, not because they have to. On this is where you're now starting to do relationships with people, to build friendship with people, where they will be easy, what they feel about any situation. I've seen that within the good leadership. Um, I think it's here leadership programs according to reflection, encouraging people to share their ideas. I think this point comes on the same level of leadership according to John Maxwell. So the third level, you have product. Here now I'm more comfortable with you. You have a team where everyone is friendly. Now you start producing. Start producing. Here, Maxwell defined it as a level where there's a results. position. It's not enough to have a position. Then relationship with people to upgrade from first levels permission, then to third level now, you're starting to produce, to give results, because there's that team management, there's that team commitment, there's that friendship, and there's that feedback, like quality feedback and everything. So now the team start producing results. From there, then you have people involved. Those people you lead, now they start now developing or producing like that. For example, maybe you're leading a project, you're a leader or a manager at a certain company, you have this project, and then you have succeed the project and everything, but you've led, they all come up with success projects and get also different positions, good positions. So you have now from the results. So the last one, which is pinnacle, people follow because of who you are and what you have done. That's the final one. You find like someone have done is a legend, like a lot of things for years. So those are some insight from the book. Maybe you want to read it. I think I can send you the link for you to get more about leadership. Then into the career documents. This is the book. I think you can see it. I really recommend it if you really want to understand about leadership. And I wrote this session on because we're about to graduate, a few weeks to graduation, and of course, we're expecting you to build and be as good as you can, of course, including leadership positions and leadership experiences. So this session will really help you to also build that now. So the book is really incredible. So let's go check the career document, and I will share it with you right away, and that would be it. But before I go further, let me see if there's any question about the tutorial and everything. Question? Okay, maybe the silence says no. If you have any question, please type it down in the chat box. We use the email to raise a hand, then I will stop and ask the question. All right, so let's go ahead. So here's me Kifiya AI Mastery Training Program, Week 7 Careers Challenge. We're on the 30th January 2025, and the session is leadership. The challenge is leadership. Challenge is leadership. Here's the table of contents. Of course, the key there, the deliverable and task to be done. The due date is 4th February. The planning platform, tutorials, clear feedback, and marking rubrics. So without further ado, I don't go on and read the action because of the time. So the team, of course, Emilia and Ambazo Hero, the color is tutor at Academy with Arun Sharma, co-founder at Academy. The key dates, of course, as I said, the Thursday, January 30th, but the submission date is on Tuesday, 4th February. Deliverable on Clinics, of course. Task. It's essential to acknowledge your strength and weakness to effectively manage and develop the team. Reflect on past experiences with ineffective leader can help you identify traits to avoid and areas for personal growth. By identifying the traits of successful leaders and those that are less so, you can reflect on your own strengths and weaknesses, ultimately shaping your personal leadership style. Think about the least favorite leader you have ever had the experience of working with. This could be manager, supervisor, a team leader. The exercise number 1 here. Who was the least favorite leader you ever had? Describe their position, behavior, and any notable characteristics. Number 2, what did they do to be least favorite leader? Identify specific actions, decisions, or behaviors that made them ineffective, according to you? Do you do you resonate with any of the behavior your least favorite leader has? Highlight three weakness you believe you have as a leader. Number four, for each of the weakness identified, explain how you aim to improve on them as a leader. That's task number A. Task number B. You are the project manager at Novatech, a software development company. Your team has been tasked with developing Project Phoenix, a critical new product that will determine the company's future in the competitive tech market. Project Phoenix launch deadline a month away. Company's stakeholders are agree awaiting its success. Your team consists of individuals with varying levels of experience. Number one on the team, we have John, leaving in 2 weeks, a seasoned developer and a key team member with in-depth knowledge of the project's core component. His departure will leave on a significant gap in expertise. We also have Aisha the team, a new team member with a background in emerging technologies. She suggested using a different technologies eco stack, which is familiar with, but it's different from the team's usual process. We also have Mark, a senior developer with experience in software development. He expresses concerns about the feasibility of Aisha's proposed approach to the project. We have Raj, a man-level developer with experience in software design patterns. He's been working on the project AI components. We have Lena, a junior developer who's been assisting with testing and bugging. We have David, a quality assurance QA engineer responsible for ensuring the product meets the required quality standards. So during the team meeting on Monday, John announced his unexpected departure, leaving the team with a significant knowledge gap. Remember, he's the one with knowledge of the project's core components and added workload. John's expertise will be surely missed. Aisha's suggestion to use EcoStack has sparked debate as it would require significant changes to the project's architecture. Mark has expressed concern about Aisha's proposed approach, citing potential risks and delays. As project manager, it's your responsibility to A. Before I go further, let me see if we are on the same page. Are we together? By emojis, by reactions, or anything? Am I going too further, or are you getting the content? Any reactions? We have Nahom, Camille, Ogale, and others. Is everything fine? Okay. Amazing. So let's go on. So A, address the knowledge gap left by John's departure. B, resolve the disagreement between Mark and Aisha. Ensure the project stays on track and meet the inevitable deadline. D, motivate and guide the team to overcome the challenges ahead. Exercise. Explain 5 ways of ensure that John's departure does not have a significant negative impact on the success of the project. 2, using the tips on managing people, outline a step-by-step approach you will use to address Mark's concern and Aisha's suggestions. 3, which leadership style will you use to motivate and guide the team to ensure the project is on track and meets the deadline? Explain why you choose that style, giving examples of occasions where you will use them. Submission, make a post and convert it into make a report and convert it into PDF, submit on Telex, or submit a Google Drive link, having granted view access. But some people have been complaining on Telex, like There's no concrete like marking or something, but please ensure that you give access if you use the Google Drive link. Yeah, we are very sorry for that. So the deadline, of course, February 2025, it will be 8 p.m. UTC via 10x Learning platform. And then let police, of course, this is as usual, and that's that marks the end of our tutorial today. So I'll go away and give you access to the document. Yeah, I think it's ready. So here is the link. I will also share it on the Slack right away. And that's it. So let's see if there's any question. Do you have any question? Or is everything fine now? Hello, can we have a feedback? If there's any question, but in the chat box, or if you're able to speak, you can open the mic. If there is none, great. That means everything was anyway. So I think that marks the end. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your time. So see you again. Bye.